Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, March 22nd endurance ride. I'm Richard with bikesandbrews.ca, and tonight we're going full out, an optional 2-hour endurance ride here, but I don't want to scare you off. You can choose as long as you want, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or if you want to stay with me, we're going to go the full 2 hours to get us ready for the outdoor run. So I'm going to hop on my bike. We're going to go ahead and get warmed up as people start to join. We'll start out our first 30-minute sessions a little lighter, and then we'll start the real work in the second, third, and fourth sessions. So thanks for joining me. Let's get on our bikes. Looks like we got a few people joining us today. I know it takes a while for people to get organized, especially after work. Let me know in the chat sometime today. Let me know where you're joining me from, how long you're planning to ride, and hopefully we'll see you out on the road somewhere. Now, if you're in Calgary, we had a beautiful weekend, nice and sunny, lots of people out on the road bikes, and I was getting ready to get set up down here in my basement, looked outside, and it started snowing. Yeah, it's that time of year again. We got to keep up that indoor training. It's not quite ready to go outside full time. That's what tonight's ride is. All right, let's go ahead and start getting warmed up. Nice, easy gear, 75 to 85 RPM. Today's video, we're taking a stroll through California. Nice long ride to make it through right to 2 hours. Now, if you saw my Facebook update, if you are here for 2 hours, make sure you got enough water and maybe an energy bar with you. As we progress, we're going to talk about fueling. How do we fuel on these big rides? How do we fuel when we get outside? We're doing 3 hours, maybe 4 hours on a 100K ride. We're going to start that today. All right. Good to see some of you. Sunny Montreal. Nice to see you from Montreal. Definitely not sunny here, but hopefully you'll be one of the ones joining us in the GT this year. I know there's might be some guests from out east as well. All right, let's start to get warmed up a bit. Let's drop a gear, one gear harder, nothing too extravagant, a little bit more resistance to start to warm everything up. Get that blood flowing. A couple people joining us today. Hopefully get a few more joining us as we progress. All right, a little more resistance. Maybe working at about a 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 in effort. Well, you've got a power meter. Just starting to get things working. We're going to start our first session by doing a little pyramid. We've done them before. 3 steps up, 2 steps down, 5 minutes each step. It's a great way to work out and get a warm up in our first session. We'll start that by going up a gear. So 1 gear easier, 75, 85 RPM for the next 5 minutes. Windsor, Ontario. Nice to see you, Windsor. Thanks for joining me. All right, we're just going to settle in. 7 out of 10 in effort. 5 minutes. Cadence 75, 85 RPM. So this is the lowest step of our pyramid. 5 minutes each step. 5 minutes each time. 1 gear harder. 3 times in a row. 2 more back. That'll get us right to the end of this session. How you feeling? Did you get any outdoor rides in? We're doing a bit of outdoor, a little bit of indoor. I'm doing some renos around the house too, so they take up my weekends. I also ski, finishing up that this weekend. And it'll be full-time biking. Talking to all my friends about the new bikes they got this year. I got one as well, so I'm happy to get out and start using it as well. All right. Just hang in there. Nice, easy pace. This is our warm-up section. We start to work our way through up to 2 hours, 120 minutes. Hard to believe. You can sit in the basement, ride a bike for 2 hours. It's like watching a movie. You usually do it outside in the sun, but it's hard to do it when you're in the dark basement, cold, trying to get warmed up. Maybe you're in your apartment, maybe you're on a stationary bike overlooking the city. Whatever you got set up, you got. All right. All right, we're coming up to 3 minutes here, 2 minutes to go. Nice and steady, 75, 85 RPM. We got a third person to join us. A couple more coming on. Maybe they're going to join us for a little bit of a later ride. All right, about 1.5 minutes here. Then we're going to go off. Step 2 is 1 gear harder. 1 gear harder than this one. For 5 more minutes. Just over a minute right here. See where you're at. All the indoor rides I've done via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Finally today, I was able to figure out how to set it up so that I can have the camera and be able to see what's going on the screen. Typically it's too far away, but using a separate camera, computer closer to me, I can actually see the messages popping in. All right, ready for step 2? This is just a warm-up. Remember, the warm-up 30 minutes. We've dropped to 1 gear harder. 1 gear harder. 3, 2, 1. 1 gear harder. Good job. Should be up to about 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. Nice, steady effort. Welcome to the new people. Make sure you take your time to warm up. You don't need to go hard right off the bat. Just want you to take it easy. Especially if you're going to join us for all 120 minutes today. or a little less. Gotta make sure you get that warm up in there. All right. These steady states are good for grabbing a drink. You're sweaty. Wipe your brow. I'm still a little chilly down here. Still got to get warmed up. I'll just go ahead and hold this for about another 3.5 minutes. Hoping to see Kyle and Cheryl on here today. I know they're keeners, especially that Kyle. He's ready to kick some butt outdoors. We start riding outside. All right, nice and steady. This is the easy part. So, let's talk a little bit about tonight's routine. Broke into 4 sections, 30 minutes each section. Tentatively with a 5-minute warm-up, 5-minute cool down. So 20 minutes of work in each section, times 4. First one, we're doing a pyramid. Simple up and down, simulates rolling hills. Gets everything warmed up. Step 2, we're going to do a rolling hill climb where it gradually gets harder and harder, but it gives us breaks along the way. That'll be a good 20 minutes. Third section, we're going to do rolling hills, some ups, some downs, short ones, long ones, steep ones, shallow ones, some fast spinning on the downhills. Get those legs moving. And finally, our 4th section, for those of you that stay on, nice straight climb. Nice and steady, almost a time trial, where we find the pace we can keep for 20 minutes and we hold it to the end. It starts to peak up at the end just before we finish off our 4th section. So that's what's in store for you tonight. Now, everything I give you is a suggestion. You need to gauge your body, your energy level. If anything hurts, you're always welcome to back off, take a longer break, pause a bit, reset, come back into it. I can't see you, so you're only competing with yourself. All right, 40 more seconds. Going up to step 3, the hardest one. And we start working our way back down. All right, 20 more seconds. Stay with me. We're going 1 gear harder. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 gear harder. 5 minutes. 75 to 85 RPM. Find your rhythm again. Settle in for 5 minutes. Good job, everybody. Just getting warmed up now. Legs are feeling it. Starting to sweat a little bit. Getting us ready for long ride tonight. Make sure you take some time off after this as well. Tuesdays are always my recovery day. I don't like to do anything on Tuesdays. So having these big rides on Mondays, perfect. Gives me Tuesday to recover. Wednesday night, I'm usually out doing something. This week I have a massage booked. I get a bit of a ride in, some active recovery, and I can start planning Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. All right, just hold it. We're a minute and a half into this. 3.5 minutes to go. This is the hardest step. It'll get easier after this. I ask this every week. What have you got planned for this summer? You're just a casual rider. Maybe you're a bit of a racer. Maybe you want to do a Grand Fondo. This year I have the Golden Triangle coming up. I want to get good numbers on that. But I don't know what's next. I got a new mountain bike, so I might spend more time on that this summer. I do some long Sunday rides, some friends. I traveled to BC and bike pack over to Vancouver Island. Did that last October. It was great. A little rainy coming back. Other than that, it was beautiful. My goal this year is hours, not distance, but hours on the saddle. It's hard to track distance because fat biking in the winter, very short distances. 20K on a fat bike is a huge ride. Mountain bike's the same. Do 25 or 30 on a mountain bike, that's a pretty substantial ride. Compared to a road bike, 80 to 100, puts lots of miles in. So the goal is time. How much time in the saddle can I spend this year compared to last year? All right, just over 1 minute left. It starts to get easier. One more minute. Stay with me, come on. Come on. Remember to pace yourself. You're here for the 120 minutes. That's the first secret to endurance riding. I'll pass along. Pacing yourself. Got to gauge your speed, your effort level. Dial it back a little bit if it's a big ride, so you have the energy for the end. All right, just about finished step 3. We're going back up 1 gear, back to step 2. A little bit easier. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 gear easier. Again, cadence 75, 85. Nice and steady. This seems so much easier now that things are warmed up. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, hopefully you'll go back and look at some of my other videos, previous rides. One of my favorites is the hill repeats. Trying to do those indoors is hard. Much better to do them outside, but not always possible. Any hill will do for hill repeats. It's a matter of how many times you do it. A long hill, 10 times. It's the same as a short hill, 20 times. All right. Good job, everybody. We're back to step 2. Another 3.5 minutes. And it gets easier for the last 5. Starting to sweat now. Time to wipe your brow. Grab a drink. Good job. Good job, everybody. Come on. Let's think about the happy place. I don't care if it's on your bike in your living room, maybe it's on your basement, maybe it's outside around the neighborhood with your kids in tow, or maybe it's out on the end of a gravel road with nobody around and you're all by yourself. Sun is coming up, a little chill in the air, winds are quiet, you can just ride, enjoy the scenery. It's my happy place. All right, 2 minutes to go here. Two minutes to go. How you feeling? You warm now? Should be, I am. We'll take a bit of a breather at the end, and we'll get started in section number 2. All right, 1.5 minutes to go here. Let's hold it. And it's going to get 1 gear easier for 5 minutes to the end. One more minute to go. Come on. Stay with me. "45 seconds to go. "30 seconds to go. Oh, we're climbing a hill in California. The video we're watching today is a nice ride along California coast. Get ready. Back to step 1. Easier gear in 3, 2, 1. 1 easier for 5 minutes. Remember how hard this felt at the beginning? Almost feels too easy now. This is our cool down for the last 5 minutes. Nice and steady. Find your balance again. Good job, everybody. Everybody staying with me. I'm working just as hard as you are. 4 more minutes to go. Good job, everybody. This is a nice, easy pyramid. Not a lot of effort. Just getting us used to more time as we work through tonight. FTPs are way below FTP limit. You got a power meter. I'm way below mine. Just taking it easy right now. We'll get up there. Before the night's over, we'll be above FTP and below FTP. Good job, everybody. 2.5 minutes to go. We can get through this one. Oh, another joiner. You're just joining, get to spin on your bike. Make sure you do a nice warm up before we get into the next set. So just start pedaling, a little bit of resistance, start getting you warmed up. All right. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. A minute and a half, that's it. That's all I want you to do. And you can back off for a little while. You just joined us. I want you to work a little harder than everybody else for the next section. I want to get you good and warmed up before we start moving into that next routine. All right, coming up 1 more minute here. Just keep pedaling, 1 more minute. One more minute. Forty more seconds, come on. I know, it's just the warm up. We'll get underway. A little recovery, and we'll start our set 2. 30 more seconds here. All right. 15. Good job. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Time to grab a drink. Wipe your brow. Keep pedaling. You want to make sure you stay warm. I'm definitely warm. Turn up my fans. Cold in here to start with. Need to turn up my fans to make sure I warm up. And while you guys are settling in, let's talk about my reward beverage for tonight. I picked something called Leave Your Mark. So hopefully, from Born, Colorado, it's a new beer. Hopefully, for those of you that have joined me for the last few weeks. Hopefully I've left my mark on you, motivated you a little bit, got you into a little bit better shape. This is your base workout. Now it's time to get outside and start working on those hills and those distance. That's what I'm going to do. So I thought I'd chose Leave Your Mark for tonight. All right. Get back on the bike. Keep spinning. It's like a couple dropped off. Maybe one more joined. And we'll start getting through the warm-up phase of set number 2. Funny, I had a friend reach out to me to say, oh, you know, I really want to join your ride tonight, but I can't do 2 hours. And I laughed. And he said, why are you laughing? I said, because you can join for as long as you want. If you want to do 30, you can drop off. If you want to do 60, you can drop off. If you want to do 70 and you've had enough, you can drop off. So just join in, do as much as you can. Better than not doing anything at all. So hopefully he's here tonight. And hopefully I'll see him out on the roads pretty sometime soon. All right. So this is the warm-up phase. Set number 2. This is going to be a rolling uphill, which means it's going to have steep sections. It's going to have lower grade sections, which will get easier. It's going to have short steep sections, long steep sections, short gradual sections, a little bit of breaks in between as we work our way to the top of the hill over 20 minutes. Then we'll have a nice 5-minute recovery after that. So we're going to use some varied cadence in this one. So our uphills, as we add resistance, it's going to slow our cadence down. Make sure you stay above 65. When the grade goes lower and a little less resistance, I want you to pick up the cadence. 75, 85, maybe even 90. It'll require you some pushing, but we want to make sure we're trying to get ahead of everybody in our group on this hill. So gradual uphills, less grade, some steep sections, completely random, at my discretion. So we make it to the top of the hill. In our last couple of minutes, maybe our last minute, we'll be descending. Nice quick revolutions, 100, 110. After the climb, it's going to feel very weird spinning that fast. So I want you to find that 75 to 85. I want you to add a gear, drop a gear, a little bit of resistance, 75, 85 RPM. Find that rhythm. We're going to be going into our hill in about 30 seconds. Again, random. Do as much as you can. Don't stand. This particular hill, we want to stay seated. It's the most efficient way to climb on a bike is seated. But we might stand to crest the top of the hill before we go over the other side. All right, the hill has started. Drop a gear. One gear harder. Slight uphill. 75, 85 RPM. Stay with me. Nice and easy. This is like step 3 in our pyramid of the first section. 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10 in effort. About 70% of FTP, somewhere around there. Not working too hard. All right. Grab a drink while we're going up nice and steady. My second rule of endurance riding: hydrate. Regular intervals. When I'm out for a 100K ride or longer, I have a reminder on my Garmin: every 5 kilometers, take a drink. Just a sip, just enough. Wet the tongue. Do that consistently every 5 kilometers, and it'll make a huge difference. All right, drop a gear. It's a little steeper. Keep it above 65 RPM. Good job, everybody. Going up the second section. 2 minutes into our hill. 18 to go. Oop, flattens out a bit. Up a gear. Keep going. A little easier. Still going up. A little bit. Keep going. Come on. You see that hill ahead of us. What are you picturing? Picture the top of the hill. All you do is got to get to the top. One hill at a time. All right, gets a little steeper. Drop a gear. Drop a gear. Yeah. A little steeper again. We go up. Cadence will drop a little bit. Try to bring it up to 75. Keep going. Come on. 3 minutes into our hill. It'll get easier. Then it'll get harder. All right, it flattens out a bit. Up one gear. Bring that cadence back up. 75, 85. Hold it here. Good job, everybody. Good job. Let's pretend we're riding out in California. Nice empty road. Sun shining. Beautiful scenery. This is what we're doing. This is our challenge for today. Will you accept the challenge? I'm sure you will. You're here. So don't give up too early. All right. Hill gets a little easier. Drop a gear. Oh, sorry. Up a gear. I want you to pick up the pace. 90 to 95. Still going uphill. It's a lot easier now. Picture a slight 1% grade. We work our way up. Good job, everybody. Nice and easy, 90 RPM. Nice and easy resistance. We're in the first 5 minutes, are done. All right, drop a gear. Picks up a little bit. Cadence comes down a little bit. Back to that 75, 85. So make it up the next section of the hill. Third of the way there. Sorry, quarter of the way there. Like everybody's with me. Nice to see you. If you do drop off early, please send me a note. Let me know how it was. Let me know where you're from if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out some of the other rides on YouTube and Facebook for you to train with. All right. Steady. Nice and steady. And what's your reward beverage? I like to have a beer, earn my rewards. What's yours? Maybe it's chocolate. Maybe you like to have a little bit of ice cream. Maybe just accomplishing it is your reward. That's fine with you. Nothing like a cold beverage after a long ride, indoors and outdoors. All right, gets a little steeper. Drop a gear. Drop a gear, yeah. Nice and steady. 75, 85 RPM. Come on. Nice, steady climb. It's your speed. It's your cadence. 75, 85. Get used to this. All right. Great drops again. Add 2 gears and pick up the pace. It's almost like a downhill. 90 to 100 RPM. Gotta get those fast twitch muscles working. $90 to 100. Hold it. Downhill, we're trying to get as much speed as we can. The steepest section's coming up. Keep going. Come on, 30 more seconds here. $15, come on. 10. 5. You're gonna drop a gear. Start slowing down. Drop 1. You go up. Let everything reset. Drop 2. Drop a second one. You come up toward the steepest section of the climb. Now, standing is optional. I'm going to stay seated until the last bit, but you want to climb standing. Make sure you add some resistance. It's not a sprint, just working our way up the hill. Slow and steady. Sometimes our butts just need to readjust. A little uphill, a little standing. Sit back down, reset, and we're good to go. Halfway through our hill. Grab a drink. Now, if you're here for the full 2 hours, time to grab a snack. Not much, just a bite. That's the third rule of endurance. First one is find your pace. Second one, hydrate. Every 5 kilometers, hydrate. And I grab a bite every 10 kilometers. Once I reach 20 kilometers of my ride. So I use the first 20 kilometers to get everything working. And then I take a little bite every 10 kilometers from a bar, maybe 2. Not a big bite, just enough to let the body know that nourishment will be coming at regular intervals, so it doesn't have to store up. Simple to do. Reminder on my Garmin, eat every 10, drink every 5, and you'll find at the end of your 4-hour ride, you still have a lot of energy. Maybe you're doing 90. Maybe you're doing 80 is a big one for you. Same thing. If you're going over 40 kilometers in a ride, I would do that. You might not eat very much, but at least your body knows there's nourishment coming. All right. They'll get steeper. Drop a gear. Yeah. Drop a gear. Drop 2, but I only want to drop 1. Only work as hard as I need to. I'm right there with you. Coming up to the steepest section. Now, the 4th rule of endurance riding, this is my own personal opinion, is chamois cream. If you've never worn chamois cream on a long ride, it's a godsend. I'm wearing it tonight because I knew I'd be on the saddle for a long time, especially early in the season. For the Golden Triangle ride we do in May, 3 days, 110 kilometers a day, I do chamois cream and shorts right from day 1. 2 pairs day 1, 2 pairs on day 2, 2 pairs on day 3. Oh, it saved my butt many a times. At the end of 3 days, people are going, oh, my butt is so sore. Mine's not. Should have taken my advice. All right, drop the gear. This is the steepest part. Pushing 65 RPM or higher. Looks like we had a newbie join us. Make sure you're warmed up before you're doing this. Take your time. You can join us in the next 30-minute round. Keep going. Come on. Steepest section for 1 more minute. Stay seated. Keep going. Come on. Good job. Come on. 30 more seconds. Stay with me. "20 more seconds, and we're going up 2 gears. We're still climbing. 5 more minutes to go. Up 2 gears. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up 2. Still working. Bring the cadence back up. 70 to 80. 5 more minutes on our hill to go. Nice long cool down after this. Nice long recovery, full 5 minutes. So make sure you earn it. Only got 4.5 minutes to go. Last minute's our descent. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Drop a gear. 1 gear harder. That's it. Keep pushing, 65 RPM and higher. 75 ideal. And 4 minutes of work to go. 3 minutes of uphill, minute of downhill. All right, a little easier, up one gear. Up another gear. Up another gear. Pick up the cadence. 90 RPM, 100 RPM. One last little uphill to go, or go into our downhill. Fifteen more seconds. Last little climb coming up. Ten more. Drop a gear. Climbing again. Drop another gear. Keep pushing. Almost there. Good job, everybody. Good job. Remember, nice long recovery after this. Oop, phantom shift. Keep going. 75, 85 RPM. Just over 2 minutes to go. Minute of climbing. Minute of downhill. Last minute of the climb. If you want to stand, you can. Drop a gear or two. Come on up with me. Last minute of up. Good job, everybody. Come on. Stay with me. Come on. Yeah, I know you can do it. Come on. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds of uphill. Minute of downhill. All right, get ready for our downhill. Up on the gears, nice and easy, and pick up the pace. 100 RPM. Sprinting downhill. 95, 110. How fast can you go for a minute? Know when you get a long recovery at the end. I'm doing 115. I'm inching away from you on the downhill. Come on, catch me. 30 more seconds. Can't tuck on this one. It's not going to help you. Just got to keep working. 15 more. Come on. Stay with me. 10. Hold it. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Good job. Oh. Take that time to reset. Wipe your brow. Grab a drink. Bring the heart rate down. And let's start prepping for our next set. Well, I had a friend, Cheryl. Hopefully she's on with us tonight. say, I'll do up to 2 hours for as long as I can before I fall off the bike. So I know, Cheryl, I know you can do 2 hours. I know you got it in you. Like everybody else here, you're here for the long haul. Nice 2 hours. Nice recoveries in there. Hop off the bike for a second. See how everybody's doing. How you feeling? Nice recovery. Take your time before we start moving into set number 3. Again, we're going to do a 5-minute warm-up, 20 minutes of work, another 5-minute recovery. And this time, we're going to be changing up the cadence. You got a power meter, it works a little better. So if you got a power meter hooked up, I want you to find your level below FTP, somewhere around 80 to 90%. And I want you to hold that level regardless of the cadence you're doing. So if you're doing 70, you're pushing hard gears, you're keeping that level. If you're spinning fast at 90, I want you to try and keep that level. So the goal for the 20 minutes is to keep up the same effort level. Now, for those of you without a power meter, just got to find your base about 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10. You might go up to 8.5 out of 10, maybe 9 at sometimes. But I want you to dial it back. Find that 8, 8.5 out of 10, regardless of what cadence we're doing. What this is going to do is really work those slow twitch and fast twitch muscles and get them working alternately. Some people like to climb. They like to pedal slow and hard. Other people like to pedal fast. What we want to do is we want to get better at both. So we want to have power in the slow, and we also want to have speed and power in the high. In a lot of cases, we don't really train those differences. And so that's what we're going to do here tonight in our second effort. Again, 20 minutes, 20 minutes of work, 5 minutes recovery. Start out with a nice 5-minute warm up for anybody that comes and joins us. Looks like we have somebody drop off. Great to come, great to see them. Come us for as long as you can. You got to drop out, you got to drop out. It's an optional 2 hours. That's why I set it up this way, and these are my most popular rides. Because these longer ones that give people options. How many times have we gone to a class and you're working hard, just can't go anymore, but there's still lots the teacher wants you to do? Don't you feel bad? I know some people are embarrassed when that happens. Can't get embarrassed here. You drop off when you want. Thanks for joining for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 90 minutes, or all 120 minutes. All right. Nice cool down. Legs are relaxed. Going to start to warm them up again. Get ready for set number 3. We've been together for an hour now. Just got an hour to go. All right. Let's drop a gear. Let's drop a gear. Let's do something I like to call an acceleration to warm up. So we're going to drop a gear, find a nice easy cadence, 85, 90 RPM. We're going to drop one gear, keep that cadence. Now, if you're at 80, I want you to go to 85. Or you add 5 to whatever level you're at. Same resistance. Just go a little faster. Now when you add 5 more to that cadence, same resistance. And I want you to do an easier gear, and I want you to pick up the cadence again. Now I want you to start to slow down and drop a gear. That's it. Drop another gear. Going to slow you down. We're going to use our gears to help us hold those cadence. As we go up, we're going to go a little faster. As we go down, we go a little slower. We want to try and hold that effort level nice and steady. Go up a gear, pick up the pace a little bit. Up again, pick up the pace a little bit. Up again, pick up the pace a little bit. Good job, everybody. Drop a gear again. Drop another one. All right. See how it's going to work? Nice 3-minute recovery here before we get started. 20-minute set. Take your opportunity to have a drink. Maybe swap water bottles. The second hour of the ride. Got 2 of us still on. 3 of us, including myself. I'm here right to the end. Even if you can't make it to the end, you can watch the recording afterwards and watch me go all the way to the 2 hours. Oh, I might be feeling it at the end. Trust me, I will be feeling it at the end. But I know anybody that comes in here and wants to do 2-hour ride, I'm there for them the entire 2 hours. It's like I'm there with you. All right, 2 more minutes of recovery. Again, try and find that base level, sort of the mid-range of your cadence. So if you're good between 70 and 100, find 85, find that effort level. And then we're going to use the gears to modify our cadence. We'll go down a gear, we'll slow down a little bit. We go up a gear, we speed up a little bit. Each time we should be adjusting about 5 RPM. Each gear. We'll be going up and down quite a bit. Starting to get those legs used to moving different speeds. Want to keep that resistance the same. Just pretend we're on a sort of a little rolly road. A bit of a headwind that comes every once in a while. Sometimes we have to do little adjustments, but we want to keep going. Edmonton, nice to see you, Edmonton. Snowing down here. I hear you guys got some snow up in Edmonton as well. All right, you guys ready? Make sure you're good and warmed up for this one. Lots up and down. I want you to drop a gear. I want you to find that base cadence. 80, 85, it's up to you. That mid-range. Find that effort level that you want to maintain for 20 minutes. Not too hard, not too easy. You can always back off a little later. The goal is to try and find the base level and hold it for the next 20 minutes. Good job, everybody. Edmonton, Windsor, and Montreal, sunny Montreal. Even though it must be getting pretty dark in Montreal by now, but I guess it was sunny all day. All right, base level. Just gonna let us get used to it for the first few minutes. Then we're gonna start adjusting. Changes up. So adjust a bit. This is my longest ride of the year. Well, it's out on fat bikes, 3 hours. But this is the longest indoor one, that's for sure. But it's good. My training plan is, as we move through the winter, I start getting up to these 2-hour rides. Helps to create the base for the outdoor training. Start working on hills. Start working on mountain bike skills. Road riding is a lot better, a lot different than mountain biking. I prefer mountain biking, but I know road riding makes me faster and stronger. Gives me a lot more endurance. It allows me to ride from one brewery to another, right? Exactly. All right, let's drop a gear. You know the routine. 1 gear down, drop the cadence 5. Same effort level. A little slower cadence, same effort. Now, Edmonton, if you joined us for the second half, I challenge you this week to take the recording and do the first half. Then you'll get the full 2 hours in. All right, let's drop a gear again. Down 1. Cadence comes down a little bit more. I'm at 70, 75. Power, 80%, 85% of FTP. And we're going to start going the other way. 3 minutes in. Nice and steady. All right, up a gear. Cadence comes up 5. Grab a stack. Grab a drink. Make sure I have the energy for the rest of tonight's ride. All right, up another gear. Back up to where we started. Get that cadence back up. 85, 80, wherever you started. Power's back up to my base level. All I want to do is hold it nice and steady for these 20 minutes. Good job, everybody. Good job. All right, up a gear. Cadence comes up a little. It's going to feel a little weird. 85 to 90. Back off if you're a little fast. Checking my wattage. Trying to keep it consistent. How you feeling? Good. I know it hurts. A little strange getting those muscles working different ways. 5 minutes in. 15 minutes to go. Up 1 more gear. Cadence comes up. Back off a little if you're going too fast. I'm at 95. Now I'm at 100. Back off a little bit. Drop a gear again. And drop another gear. Go back to that base level. Do a little adjustment. All right, good job, everybody. Stay with me. Oop, looks like we stopped on the California coast. I like this video. It's over 2 hours long, so I can use it for any class. All right, up a gear. Should be about 85, 90, a little above what our base was. We're just going to hold that for a little bit. 12 minutes in. Sorry, 7 minutes in. 8 more to go. No, sorry. 12 and a half minutes to go to get my math straight. Same effort level. Varying cadence, varying resistance. All right. Drop it down one. Go back to that base. Drop down one more. A little slower. A little harder resistance. For me, this is my comfort phase. Nice, easy cadence, 75, 80 RPM. Lots of resistance. I can hold this for a long time. So what I want you to do, you're going to join us for the last 30 minutes. We're going to do a time trial. Steady state, pick your pace, and hold it for 20 minutes. This is where you can find out where you want to be in that last 30 seconds, 30 minutes. So higher cadence, lower cadence, find your effort level, push it through right to the end. This is mine, about 80 RPM. All right, let's go up a gear. We're back up to that base level. And we'll keep pushing. Yep. Good job, everybody. Just about halfway through this set. I'm sweating. I'm hurting. But I know what my goal is. My goal is about another 45 minutes of work. My reward's right in front of me. A little adjustment. Sit back down. All right. Take a little bit of a break here. Nice and easy. Let's slow the legs down. Give ourselves a minute recovery. Let things reset. Short little break in the middle of all of this. "30 more seconds. Nice little break. Over halfway through. We're going to go back to that base level and finish it out, you and I. Yeah, just you and I together. I'm going to go through the rest of this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Back to that base level. Back to that base level. Yeah, good job, everybody. Effort's consistent. Back to that cadence. A nice, comfortable cadence. We're halfway there. Just over 9 minutes to go. All right, keep going. Good job. Good job, everybody. Good job. Stay with me. Come on. All right, up a gear. Cadence goes up a little. Nice and steady. Come on, Edmonton, you can do it. Windsor and Montreal got you beat. East versus west. 2 from the west, 2 from the east. Maybe it's Quebec versus Ontario. Maybe it's Edmonton versus Calgary. So you can go to the end. All right, drop a gear again. Back down to that base level. Eight minutes to go. A nice long recovery after this too. 5 minutes at the end. 5 minutes on the start of the last section before our final 20-minute work. It'll be a nice recovery from this one. Drop a gear. Cadence slows. Wattage stays the same. Good job, everybody. Come on, stay with me. Counting down here, counting down. Now I'm working just as hard as you are. I'm talking the whole time. So you have an advantage over me. You don't have to talk. You just have to listen. All right. Up a gear. I think we should be back at base. Up a gear again. Pick it up. Cadence goes up. Find your effort level. Up one more. Whoa! This is a fast one. Hold it. 20 more seconds. Then we're going to start dropping down. Get ready. 10 more. 5. Drop one gear. 3, 2, 1. Drop one gear. Cadence is still high. It's a little easier. Drop another one. Should be just above base. Let's drop the base. Back to base. Little stand-up adjustment. Stretch those legs out. 5 minutes to go. Just over 5 minutes to go. All right. All right, let's drop a gear. Slow the legs down a little bit. Keep that effort level up. Come on, everybody. Stay with me. Come on. Got 5 minutes to go. You've been here for 1:20. You got 5 more minutes in you. Then you get a nice recovery. Grab a drink. Remember, drink every 5K. Eat every 10. After your first 20 kilometers. So lets the body start digesting breakfast. Sure you have a good breakfast. Eggs. We have half a bagel, eggs, an apple, banana. Take a little bite of my bar about half an hour before. Cup of coffee. Gets me ready for the day. 4 minutes to go. Come on. Drop a gear. Just one. Cadence comes down. Gonna drop one more and we're gonna stand up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Drop one more. Stand up. Come on. Should be lots of resistance. Lots of effort. Chugging along, 3.5 minutes to go. Come on. I'm not asking you to work hard. I'm asking you to work steady. We're not sprinting. We're not blasting. All right, up a gear. Up 2 if you want to sit down. Up one more. Where's your cadence? Bring it back up to the level it should be. Should be just below base here. Good job, everybody. Good job. Come on. It's over 2.5 minutes to go. Come on. I knew you could do 5. I know you can do 2.5. All right, when you're up, a little faster. It should be base level. Good job, everybody. Good job. Come on, stay with me. Two more minutes. 2 minutes. Come on. We'll have a nice recovery after this. Up one gear. A little faster to finish it out. 1.5 minutes. Come on, I know it hurts. Hurts me too. This is training. This isn't a ride. This isn't a Sunday ride with your friends. This is training. This is to get you ready for that Sunday ride with your friends. So you can kick their butt on the uphill, kick their butt on the flats. 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute. Up a gear. Pick up the pace. We're going to be changing quick. Get ready for our last minute. Drop a gear. Drop a gear again. Drop a gear again. Up a gear. Up a gear. Up a gear. Quick changes. Come on, stay with me. Drop a gear. Drop a gear. Drop a gear. 15 seconds to go. Drop a gear again. Push. Drop a gear again. Push. 10. Drop a gear. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Good job. That's a tough one. Nice long recovery. Nice long recovery. Oh. Grab a drink. Finished off my first water bottle. Take time to recover. Reset mentally. What do I I have in me? So Montreal, Windsor, maybe Edmonton joined late. He was there at the beginning. But when you started, if you want to do the whole 2 hours, the answer is yes. Start getting prepared for that. I want to help you reach your goal. Your goal was 2 hours. We're going to get there together. I'm going to give you breaks. I'm going to give you an opportunity to back off a little bit. And we're going to get through to 2 hours. And at the end of it, you're either going to hate me or you're going to thank me, or maybe you're going to do both. And we're going to get through 2 hours together. If I can do it, you can do it. When I was teaching indoor classes, when they were still on, I always made sure I was working just as hard as my students were. It's a workout for me, not just for my students. And I wanted to make sure that I was leading by example. And that's what I'm doing tonight. We're going to get through 2 hours. We're going to take some breaks, but we're going to get through 2 hours. So, got about 8 minutes of recovery to go. And finish up our first set, so our third set. Then we're going to go into that last set. We're going to do steady state. We're going to pick an effort level. We're going to pick a cadence. And we're going to hold that for as long as we can. So I'm going to give you some options. So first option is we're going to work at that pace for 4 minutes. Then I'm going to give you an option for a minute recovery. So 4 on, 1 off. Second option, we're going to work for 9 minutes and take a minute recovery. So for those of you that can hold it for the full 9 minutes, you still get an hour recovery in there. Option 3 is you find a lower effort level and you hold that for all 20. Now, it's not an easy spin. You need to be working. But you can pick a little bit of a lower level. I'm going to pick option 2, work a little bit harder, have a recovery right in the middle. But I will guide you through option 1 and guide you through option 3 as well. So you pick what you can do. You can do all 20 minutes and heads off to you, man. Ladies, you go for it. I'll be proud of you at the end. But for those of you that just want to do 4 minutes on, 1 minute off, that's great too. At least you're staying with me. I'm going to get through this last 20 minutes together. You can match mine if you want, a little bit of a lower intensity, but we're going to hold it for 9 minutes, a minute break. Cadence is yours. I'm going to stand up a bit, give my butt a bit of a break. Going into the longest indoor ride of the year. You decide what you want to do, and we'll get through this to the end. And then we'll feel proud of ourselves that we made it through. Oh, looks like I got 3 of you on there. Okay. Challenge accepted. Carry you all through. All right. If you like this workout, give me a thumbs up at the end. Might be posting some of my summer rides, some videos. Might record the GT, Golden Triangle. So some of you that may not be able to ride it can actually see what it's like. If you join us next year, great early season ride, great excuse to get training. All right. Coming into last 4 minutes of recovery. Now, let's talk about intention. What's your intention? What are you going to do in these next 20 minutes? What is your goal? What are you going to stick to? You're going to work as hard as you can to reach that goal. You're going to get to the end, or you're going to die trying. No, you're going to work hard trying, but you're going to work as hard as you can to get through that end, just like I am. Longest ride of the year right now. Not in saddle time. I've been out for 3-hour rides, but it's the longest indoor rides, which are completely different than riding outdoors. Some ways are a lot more work. Some ways they're easier. You got no gravity to work with. Got no elements to work with. It means you got to work a lot harder. Power becomes key. All right. 3 minutes of this to go. Let's drop a gear. Start to find that base level that we're going to hold. Everybody will be different. Don't worry about the person next to you. Don't worry about Edmonton. They're not worrying about you. They're picking their own pace that they're going to hold. 2 9-minute sections. 20 minutes of work. Break in between. Breaks along the way. And we're done. All right. Two minutes left to go. Keep pedaling. See how you're feeling. A smile on your face. Yep. We know it's going to hurt. We know it's going to be a challenge. But we're going to get through this. Right through the 20 minutes. And then you can take as long as you want to recover. All right. Looks like there's just 2 of us. I think it's the 2 that started, which means, oh, third's back on again. Maybe he's losing connectivity. All right, just over a minute to go. Start to find that base level. What are you going to do for the next 20 minutes? All right, get ready. Use this time, a little bit of recovery. Up a gear. Start getting reset. You can do lots of adjustments during this section. Handlebar adjustments. Move your hands around. Stand up. Move your butt around. Do what you need to do to hold those. You ready? Yeah. I am. You are. Less than 30 seconds to go for our final 20 minutes. Make sure you do lots of stretching after this. This is a tough ride. Make sure you take the time to recover, stretch, roll out those IT bands. They're going to be hurting, especially with those fast cadence. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Find your rhythm, everybody. Climbing that road. California. Just find it and hold it. Again, 3 options, full 20 minutes. Second option, 9 minutes, 1 minute break. Third option, 4 minutes, 1 minute break, 4 times. Effort levels should correspond to the amount of time you're working. So if you're going 4, I want you to go a little harder. If you're going 9, I want you to stay where you're at. If you're going a full 20, I want you to back off a little bit so you can hold all 20. So let's talk about what we learned today. about endurance riding. You learned it takes training, very training. So we need to do endurance rides. We need to do short, intense rides. We need to do hill repeats. We need to practice the skills that it takes for a long ride. No ride is ever flat for 2 hours. So we need to practice the variables. We're going to run into wind, we're going to run into rain, and have to fight those elements. So that's why we need to vary things up. Second of all, to set our pace. Find a pace early and hold it. That'll help us with those long rides. We need to hydrate. How often do we hydrate when we're outside? That's right, every 5 kilometers. We're going to grab a drink. Every 5 kilometers. We got to eat. So how often do we eat? That's right, every 10 kilometers. Take a little bite. Bar. Grab some water to wash it down. Keep us fueled for the whole ride. I once did a 120-kilometer ride. Went through 2 water bottles, 1 energy bar. Finished up the ride. Felt like I could do it again. Had a nice breakfast that morning. Porridge, coffee, banana. Some of those foods that last a long time. Never felt better. All right, if you're taking the 4-minute option, your first break is coming up. Everybody else, we're holding it. Well, I'm definitely feeling tonight's ride. Tomorrow will be challenge. Wednesday, I'll need to do a recovery ride, stretch everything out. All right, if you're doing the 4-minute option, you get a break now. If you're on the 9-minute option, you stay with me. I'm doing that one. Drop a gear, stand up a bit, carry things around. And this will mark probably my last indoor YouTube live training session. Time to move outdoors. Gone to Vancouver for the next week. So I won't be available for the next 2 weeks. If the weather turns crappy, I might resurrect the indoor ride, but it's time to put the trainer away, put the wheels back on, get everything lubed up and tuned up, and ready for the summer. Time to clean out the basement, get rid of some old furniture, do some painting. Put everything away. You can't see my basement, but it's a mess. In the winter, bike comes down, things are strewn all over, towels, yoga mats, foam rollers, they're everywhere. It's time to clean all that up. Got an old couch. It's a great place for putting old clothes. Got a baker's rack. Don't use that anymore. Time to store all that stuff away. Keep going. Coming up on 7 minutes. Today I'm at 80 RPM. Low wattage. Keep chugging. All right, everybody. We've been together for 1 hour and 41 minutes. Wow, it's a long time. Like we've gone to the movies. So if you're watching me and I'm watching myself, not a very fun movie. Guess we're watching California together. Seven and a half minutes in. Minute and a half. Till a 1 minute break. If you're doing the 4 minute option, you're taking the break same time we are. 14 past the hour. Got 1 more minute to go. Come on, stay with me. Come on. Got a break coming up. Thirty more seconds. I need a break. Stay if you want. If you're doing the 20 minute option, stay where you're at. Edmonton, if you came on late, try and do the full 20 minutes. All right, 10. 3, 2, and 1. Nice, easy recovery. Grab a quick drink. Maybe grab another snack. And do it while time is good. Nine minutes of work to go. 8 minutes. You chose the first option. 9 minutes, took the second option. 10 minutes. Doing all 20. Get prepared mentally. This is it. Our last work session. 3, 2, and 1. Back into it. Sometimes we got to take breaks along the way outside too. Reset. Get ready for the end. I went out to Victoria last year in October. And I rode out from Maple Ridge to the ferry. Took the ferry across to Victoria. Stayed a couple of days at a friend's. Weather was beautiful. Cool, but sunny. I left Victoria in the morning. Sun was shining. Beautiful view of the ocean. Rode to the ferry. Nice day. Hour and a half ferry ride back to the mainland. Started to rain. Got off the ferry, threw on my rain gear, and off I went. 2 hours back to Maple Ridge. was my plan. Well, rain started to get heavier. I had to do, first part of the route is 20 kilometers of a gravel pathway. So it was wet, it was mucky. Rain gear was holding up. Wind wasn't too bad, it was on my back. So it was pushing me along. Got into Surrey area. Wet. It was warm, but I just needed a break. Stopped at a gas station, grabbed a snack, a drink, called my daughter, who was way on the other side of town, tied up, so she couldn't pick me up. And the challenge was, how do I get mentally prepared to finish this? Got an hour to go. It's dark. It's raining. How do I get through this? I needed that break. Reset myself. Worked my way through. And as I came into Maple Ridge, and as I looked at my daughter's house, which was at the top of a very steep hill, I said, I've come this far, I'm going to the top. Geared down, stood up, carrying 40 pounds of panniers and backpacks. It was wet, it was warm, it was dark, my lights were good. I just chugged up that hill to the end. And I was so proud that I made it all the way. Grabbed the beer, celebrated, and waited for my daughter to come home. That's what we're doing here tonight. Come on. We're over 3 minutes in, 6 minutes left to go. All right. You chose the 4-minute option. You got a break coming up in another 30 seconds. Need a little adjustment. Been on the bike a long time together. Almost 2 hours here. All right, 4-minute option. You get a break. You get a break right now. Rest of us, we're just keep going. Now, I know we got somebody here that's doing the 20-minute option. You can't leave them alone for the last minute. We're going to drive through the last 5 minutes together. So not 4 minutes, not 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes together. And that's the end. Nothing but recovery after that. All right, 4-minute option. Your rest is almost up. Join us. Last 5 minutes. All right, let's go. Last 5 minutes together. Come on, all of us. 5 minutes. You can do it for 5 minutes. Come on, yeah, I know it hurts. I know. Remember at the beginning how hard it felt? We're back to that level, that warm-up level. So all we need to do is get through this last 5 minutes together. I'm right there with you. Come on. I wouldn't be doing these if I didn't want you to get stronger, get better, and faster. 1 minute down, 4 minutes to go. Keep going. That's right, everybody. Keep going. 3 of us are working together. We're all in the peloton together. We're all carrying everybody across the finish line. Nobody's left behind. We're not racing. We're not sprinting to the finish line. We're carrying everybody. Taking turns out front, cutting the wind, backing off when we need to, going up front when we need to, carrying everybody across. All right, coming up to 3 minutes to go. Countdown is on. I'm not going to ask you to sprint at the end. I'm not going to ask you to go all out. All I'm going to ask you to do is keep this pace. For about the next 2.5 minutes. You can't see it in the video, but I have a cycling poster in front of me that says, challenges. Accept the challenges so that you may feel the exhilaration of victory. And I look at that every time I ride downstairs. I'm going to move it into my office. It's a motivator while I work every day. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. A little adjustment here. Stand up if you need to. Two minutes. Come on, everybody, 2 minutes. Come on, 2 minutes. Stay with me. Come on. Come on. We got 1.5 minutes. You can do this for 1.5 minutes. I can do it. You can do it. 4 of us. We're all doing it together. Right to the end. Nice and steady. Stay with me. Come on. Giving you 4 minutes, people. Come on. 1 more minute to go. We're all in this together. Right to the end. I know there's some 2-hour people here. They want to finish. Maybe you're all 2-hour people. 45 seconds to go. Come on. I'm there with you, right beside you. Edmonton's in front of us, blocking the wind. It's our turn to take the front. Edmonton drops back. Windsor moves up. Get ready, Montreal. It's your turn. Montreal moves up. I move up. Here comes Edmonton again. There goes Windsor. There goes Montreal. Here I come to the front. 3, 2, 1. And we're done. Hands up in victory. We roll across the finish line. Hands slumped over the handlebars. As we bask in the recovery and the victory of our ride. Now keep spinning the next 5 minutes. Give yourself time to recover. Oh, I can definitely feel it. I know everybody worked hard today. Again, this is my last ride of the year. So I hope you join me for some. If you didn't, they're all on my YouTube page. Go to Facebook as well. Bikesandbrews.ca will take you directly to my Facebook page. Lots of videos in there. Hopefully I've left my mark, and I'm going to enjoy this beer from Bourne, Colorado. It's going to leave my mark. So enjoy it, everybody. Take time to recover, and we will see you out on the trails. Maybe we'll see you out on the roads. And maybe if I make it to Montreal, Windsor, or Edmonton, maybe we will go for a ride again. Thanks, everybody.